Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setups for today. So we are still on the S&P chart. Let's look at the DAX. So at the moment, we have sort of stretched for some resistance. We've got this pin bar here. We've got an engulfing bar over it. So basically confusion, big up, big down, or big down, big up there. And look at our oscillators grouping nicely to the upside. This level that I have here is very, very significant. If you just scroll to the left, you'll see and understand why. There's a lot of interaction at that level. So I'm paying very close attention to that. And obviously we need to put our next level in, and the next level to the upside is going to be this area right here. So that's our zone, and we'll get to what the actual numbers are on the lower time frame. But then I have another situation brewing here, and as we all know, the DAX loves channels, and we have formed a channel. It's sorry, not exact, but that's kind of where it is. It's not an exact science either. So we have formed a channel, so I would expect some kind of resistance up in this zone, top of channel, and then another move down. It's when we start dropping below the lows of this week that we get a continuation to the downside. So there is a big flag on the S&P 500, which we've just spotted. So that's something you need to pay attention to, because obviously the DAX is going to take its lead from the US markets. Now, if we start dropping down through the time frames, have a look at the 3-hour. Oscillators also group to the upside, same as on the 8-hour. Everything warning us that we need to be careful. Tails to the downside, tails to the upside. Lots of barbed wire, lots of confusion here. Haven't quite tagged the levels yet. I would assume that 1300 is what we're stretching for. So this has pretty much been one-way traffic this week, except for yesterday. Sellers off, buyers, chaotic structure. And if I'm correct, the actual market, not the futures market, but the actual DAX market closed with a shooting star, or wasn't a hanging man, I think it was a shooting star, pretty much. In other words, that's a gap up and a pin bar on the daily. Those are typically bearish when we start dropping below the lows of yesterday. So with that in your mind, have a look here, and you can see there is the low of yesterday. So if we start getting a daily close below that, you can expect another move to the downside. Also have a look at the oscillators here, grouping to the upside. Ever so slight diversions here. Just get this, well, kind of a double top. So we've got price making a slight high there. Just do this so everybody can see. So see the high currently there, and look at the previous high of yesterday. It's a little bit down, so it's heading up technically, whereas this on the oscillators is pretty much a double top, or ever so slightly lower. So there is a bit of divergence brewing there, nothing really strong, but we've got a engulfing bar forming. We had an inside bar here, so that typically gives us something like that, and that is a potential double bottom. And bear one thing in mind, this area here is more than likely where the market opened. The actual market opened, and sort of probably opened, where is this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so it opened a little bit higher, a little bit of a tail to the downside, and then it kind of closed in this area as well with a big tail to the upside. So you've got this gap up pin bar off a daily level. So there is a lot of noise here. For me, I'm really cautious on the longs at the moment. Very, very cautious on the longs, just based on what I'm seeing on the US markets as well. Even though the mini trend, or should we say the short-term trend, is up, but long-term trend I think is still to the downside, and I just have a feeling that we are just gathering steam for a big push for another leg down, which is going to be against everything that the markets historically have shown us in this quarter. So with all that waffle out the way, what is the plan for today? My plan today is to be very careful. I'm really looking at taking a stab at this area here. So it's 12,951 to 13,033. So I'm really looking to see what we're going to find up here. If I just do come back to the weekly and just see if there's something on the weekly, there's so much going on here. You see there is a weekly pullback here on that level. We've got all of this chaos to the left. Look at this. Now, it's going to take something really special to break through. And you see how many times. First we tried once, we tried twice. Now we're coming back into the zone. I'm kind of anticipating that this is going to be a retest of this area. Granted, the weekly oscillators are grouping together for a move to the upside, but moving averages are pointing down. So this to me is just really a pullback, and we do have this weekly trend line here. I can actually extend it all the way back to there, and that needs to give way. So you can see what kind of needs to give way before we can even start thinking about longs, and that's the structure up here. So you can see that that is 13,329. So either another 300-point move to this area, or we are looking to reject where we are. And based on the channel we're in, I would say this is kind of the area we need to be paying attention to. So I am looking for shorts, to be honest. And I'm just looking for shorts higher up. I'm looking for a rejection of one of these levels, and I'm willing to take that risk. So we'll wait for the structure, get in on the break of the structure with a stop to the upside. That's kind of my view for today. Hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.